I'm Bob Kull. I'm the author of Solitude, Seeking Wisdom in Extremes. And it's about a year I lived alone in the wilderness in southern Chile. In part it was my PhD work for a doctorate in solitude, the exploration of solitude. And fundamentally, the book is an adventure story of the year I lived alone and the survival stuff that I went through, and fishing for food and pulling a tooth and all the kind of adventure stuff and dealing with the physical world. But a whole nother layer of it is an inner exploration of who I was in that setting of being alone in the world and dealing with that sense of vulnerability of simply being alone in the universe. And that feeling is something many of us tend to avoid. And I think it's unfortunate, because along with the challenge and the fear that can come with that, there's this deep joy and wonder that arises when we allow ourselves to sink into that inner space of solitude. Often in the city, we're either feel like we're stuck with more solitude than we want. Perhaps a relationship has ended, somebody who we were very close to has gone out of our life for one reason or another, and we're just kind of feel cut off from other people. And we try to avoid it. We try to stay busy. We try to do this. We try to do that. And if we can just allow ourselves to sink into that feeling, to settle in and experience it more fully, there's a transformation that takes place. That feeling of isolation and loneliness can open out into a place of peace and stillness and wonder, and a feeling that, oh yeah, I'm part of the human family. I'm part of everyone, whether or not I happen to be physically alone and not in conversation. And so it's that sense of transformation, of accepting the fact that one aspect of who we are is solitary. We're also communal beings, so we're collective beings. So we're neither one or the other, but we're this integration of both. On the other hand, often we get so caught up in the social world that we're in that we don't have any time to ourselves, and we just feel like we're like this. We're just constantly running, and we don't have any time to just be with ourselves. And so another challenge is to find a way to find quiet moments in our busy lives, whether when we're driving, just turn off the radio, and when we're at a stop light, instead of being anxious to get going, just settle into the quiet of that 30 seconds. And so it feels like it's really easy to fall off one side of the razor or the other into too much solitude or not having any, and learning to find that balance that we deepen our relationship with ourselves and at the same time allow ourselves to be in relationship with others, I think is really useful for us to do. And it can be hard in the city, but I think it's worth spending some time and effort to just come into relationship with ourselves and get to know ourselves better.